In this session we discuss about the project, the final year project. So what are the process to do the final year project? So how to do the final year projects? So BE, PTech or MSc, ME, MTech and MCA students, so all are do the project in final year. So in this session we discuss about the computer science and information technology, software engineering related projects development guidance only. So what are the categories of project? The project are categorized into three types. One is a live project, real time projects. Third one is IEEE project. So what is a live project? So first we get the permission from the IT companies. That is already that IT companies are developing software for their client. So we apply for the internship or the specific for do the final year project through our college or some of our reference. So first we want to apply to that company. They based on that company rules and regulations, they will conduct the examinations, that is skill assessment test. So if you get the score in that examination, if you meet the requirements of that company, can join to that company for internship or project. So that company already doing some software for their clients. So it has some team, that team developing the software for their clients. So the final year students also can join as a member in that team. So they explain about the requirements of software, that is problem definition. So they assist to the students. That student can update the skill from the team leader and that team members. So they can develop a coding. They will give the certifications for project completion and project confirmation and all things. So they develop, they make the documentation. That student make the documentation with the help of that team, that company team. Then they submit the project report, final year project report to that college. So this is live project. That is the student can go to the IT company. That student joined as a member in that existing team. That team already developing a software. Already they are developing a software for their clients. So that student also work as a member in the team, develop the software. So they prepare the documentation, then it submit to the college. This is a live project. The second one is real time project. Real time projects are, that is that students directly go to the company. It may be any kind of organization, that is industries, textile industries or steel plant or transport corporation. So any kind of company, that real estate company, so the manufacturing company or designing company, it may be any kind of organization and company. It may be private company or public limited or government sector. It may be any kind of company. That student directly go to that organization, that or industry. So then approach the appropriate officers, that is it may be a personal department or HR department or production department. Based on that company, they go to that company, they approach the particular officers or managers. They get the permission. So they ask, they may be ask about the colleges and that confirmation letter and requisition letter and all things. This is the normal process. So they need a letter from the college. So some after that process, that company may be charged through our relations, through college. It may be anything. That is, the students go to that company. get the permission, then that students want to find the requirements of the company. What are the requirements of that company? It may be a manufacturer or production, it may be any, that is a dealer, distributor. So it may be any kind of organization, it may be a small or large scale company. So that student go and meet the specific department. He want to analyze and find the problems. So what are the requirements of that company? That students want to frame the system as per the availability of current technology. Then prepare the proposal for that. That is already that existing, the existing system of that company. It may be a production or a payroll or anything. The stock maintenance or payroll. Already they are using the methodology of the existing system. The methodology of existing system. So has some demerits. If, for example, the attendance system, the existing attendance system, they are using the card punching, or they are manually the signature on the employee report. But in current day, we can use biometrical devices for that. The more algorithm, different devices, then face metric device. We can apply any latest technology to the attendance system. Then even payroll system also we can directly send through the SMS or WhatsApp. So first we want to analyze and frame the existing system of that company. Then that student, with the help of any expert or guide, that guide may be within a college or external college. That guide may be available in that company. So with the help of that guide, that student want to frame the proposed system. That proposed system overcome the existing system, the demerits of existing system. The proposed system is overcome the demerits of existing system. So then develop the code and submit to the company. That software will used by the company for the requirements. Then that student make the documentation, that is project report. That student can get the certificate, that is project completion certificate from that company. Then that student submit to the college and complete the degree. So IEEE projects. The third type is IEEE project. So what is IEEE? Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. It is a institution. That institute publish the new inventions. That is PhD or research and development organizations or research students. They are invented new concept, new algorithm, new technology. They create a paper. That paper is called white paper, IEEE white paper, because that paper is a new one. That paper consists of algorithm, the methodology are new. So based on that IEEE paper, already that IEEE paper that is uploaded and evaluated by the IEEE experts, that uploaded by research scholars, new research scholars, then evaluated by the existing experts. So we download a white paper from the IEEE website. That student want to analyze the existing system, proposed system, what are the models. So that student want to analyze. Then develop the coding, then make the documentation, that is prepare project report. Based on the IEEE white paper is a base paper, because that paper should be the current paper, that is new IEEE paper. So this is a proof to that project. That IEEE white paper is a proof to the project. So these are all the three types of, that is three categories of projects. So the final year student can develop any one out of the three. So if you like to go to the IT company, you can take the live project. But live project, that student go to the company, but he can join as a member the existing team. So that student can get help from others. But in real time projects, that student approach a industry or company or organization. That student want to collect the information from the company workers. So that students want to get the guidance from the college guide, that is internal guide, or that student want to get the guidance from external, that is from experts. The IEEE projects, IEEE project is also is done by that student. He can get the help from external guidance, external guide, or the college guide, that is internal guide. So project framework. The first that student want to select the domain, that is it may be image processing or data mining or biometrical or semantic web. First that student want to find the domain. So based on that domain, that student can select the IEEE paper if that student do the IEEE projects. Otherwise, that student want to find the problem from the organization if it is a real time project. He want to find the problem from the IT company. So first that student, the first stage is the student want to find the problem. That is the short description of the problem. Then the demerits of what is the existing system with the demerits. So what is the proposed system and merits. So title with abstract. This is a step 1. That student want to find the problem from IT company if it is a live project, from organization or industry if it is a real time project, from the IEEE paper if it is a IEEE project. In that problem, you want to analyze and write the short description. That student want to give the title for that project. So the title is related to the problem. So based on the problem, the students want to give the title. So title with abstract, the existing system with demerits, the proposed system with merits. This is the step 1. In second step, if the step 1, the title with abstract, the existing system, proposed system, he submit the abstract to the college, that is internal guide of the college. Then they ask the questions about the project, that is about the current project, abstract, demerits and existing, and all things, the feasibility of the project thing. So under after the acceptance of the college guide, that is local guide, then that student want to get the confirmation letter from the IT company if it is a live project, or confirmation letter from the company if it is a real time project. So after that, that student want to make the proposal, project proposal. That project proposal is a base one of the project. So the project categorized into 3 base. The first phase is project proposal, second phase is coding development, the third phase is project documentation. The project, if the student, the project duration is 3 months, the first month for project proposal, second month for coding development, third month for documentation. So the project proposal consists of the project overview, that is abstract, the definition of existing system, the demerits of existing system, the definition of proposed system and merits of proposed system, what are the software requirements, software and hardware requirements, that is software and hardware specification to complete the project. Then software definition. In software specification, just they list out the software, just they list out the hardware. In software and hardware definition, they want to describe, define the requirements of hardware and software. After the definition of software and hardware, that student want to divide the modules to complete the project. So based on the problem, the number of modules is different. That is unit, that is different unit of project. So that units are called as modules. So first they want to list out the modules, then module description. They want to give the module description. In that module description, so the definition of the definition and function of the specific module, what is the input of the module, what are the output of the module, so what are the processing of that module, so what is the relationship between the module 1, module 2, module 3. So these are all the module description. First they want to list out the modules, then they want to define the module description, describe the module. The description include the inputs, outputs, processing, the relationship between the modules. Some the module 1, the output of the module 1 may be go to the input of module 2. So that student want to describe the relationship between the modules. This is module description. After the module description, that student want to apply the programming tools, that analyzing tools like system diagram, context diagram, then ER diagram, use case diagram. So after that that student want to give the table description. So if the project interacts some data from the database, so the data are stored into the database, they want to retrieve the data for the processing. So this is called as backend. They want to define the data, structure of data. They want to define the structure of data or structure of table. They want to given the database name, then tables name, then field description, size, type of the table. Then they want to describe the table, because for example a project consists of 5 tables. Each and every table have some description, the functionality. The students want to describe the table functionality, the table structure, that is field name, field size, field type, field description. So they want to describe that. Then they want to describe the connection between the modules and tables. So this is table of structure and a table description. After the table of structure, table description, want to define the data flow diagram. Through the data flow diagram, we can easily understand the flow of data. That is, get the data from the user, then it go to the module 1 or module 2. So what are the user input, what are the modules input and outputs, so what is the flow of data from one module to another module, so what is the output of each and every module. So through the ER diagram we can relate the entity, that is module 1 module 2, what is the relationship factor from these modules. We can easily understand the relationship between the modules by using ER diagram. Then if we have the classes components for this project, we want to draw the class diagram. That class diagram include that is data member, the function member. So it indicate the members of the class, then it indicate the inheritance and polymorphism of the class. So this is class diagram. So first we create abstraction, existing system, proposed system, existing system demerits, proposed system merits, then software hardware specification, software hardware definition, then modules, module description, the system diagram, context diagram. Then we want to create the table, database table, then table of structure, that is field name, field size, field description. Then we want to describe the table, that is table of structure, table description. Then we want to create the create the data flow diagram, that is a TFD diagram. The TFD diagram level 1, level 2, level 3, level 0. So after that we want to draw the ER diagram, class diagram, use case diagram. So more programming tools are available to analyze the system, to design the system. So we can select appropriate tools to our problem. So we don't want to apply all kind of programming tools to our project. We can select the tools based on our problem requirements. So this is the project proposal, that is after TFD ER diagram. Then we want to find the that is component, languages, then software, then future implementation. So these are all the project proposal. Then we want to list out the references, that is to draw the data flow diagram, to draw the ER diagram, to want to make the models, that literature review. Suppose that project consists of more algorithm, so we want to do the literature survey, that is what are the algorithm is available. If we want to use one algorithm, what is the previous algorithm, what is the next invention of algorithm, why we want to use this algorithm rather than others. So we want to do the literature analysis for the algorithms. This is literature review. So then we list out the references and the books or experts, that is persons, we want to list out. If we want to clarify a doubt, we approach a experts through online or in person. We refer a books, we refer a websites. So we want to list out the persons, that books, that web pages as a reference. These are all the references. So the collection of these are called as project proposal. So the project proposal is around 30 to 50 pages. So after the project proposal, we can start the software development. So then we select the software so that is IDE. It may be a .NET. We can use Visual Studio or Android, or we can use that appropriate IDE and the softwares. By using this software, we can start to develop the coding by module. Then we link the modules by the help of module description and ER diagram, data flow diagram, because we have a clear idea. After the proposal, we have a clear idea after the project proposal. So by using that idea, we can develop the coding. So then after developing the coding, we feed the sample data. If any debug is any bugs is there, we'll debug it. Then we feed the data. So the result will come as our desired form. The result is come as our desired form. So then we start the documentation. The documentation consists of that is project title, that acknowledgement, the project completion certificate, the index page, then conclusion of the project. So it has some framework to create the documentation. So that framework given by the college or universities. So based on that framework, want to create documentation. The most of the informations are available in project proposal. Just we copy from the project proposal, then we add some conclusion, that is acknowledgement of project title, confirmation letter, and all things. Then screenshots, so input output designs. We can make the documentation. So after the documentation, that student can easily face the Viva wise. That student can get the mark. That student can get the confidence to attend the interview. So this is a partial fulfillment. The project is a partial fulfillment. That is, it is a trial before to join the software company. If we want to develop the real software, we cannot able to directly develop the real software. So in our college period, we can develop the trial software. So after that, the trial software development experience will help to develop the real software. So after getting the, that is timeline. Timeline is very essential. The more students are spend more time to search the project centers. So maximum that students are spend around 40% of time slot to search the project center. So the project timeline, the duration is divided into three. The first 33%, the 33% of time is required to analyze and design and make the project proposal. The 33% of time is required to analyze, design, and create the project proposal. So another 33% of time to develop the coding. So another 33% of time is required to create the project report. So totally, but each and every, that is proposal, coding, report, all are required equal time span. So tips and traps. That is, do your project with your effort and in your hand, with the help of others. Don't buy the project from the project center. So most of the students search the project selling center to buy the project. That projects, that selling center projects are not developed by that center. They purchased from the common persons. They purchased the old project. So they sell the project. That project may be a old project. So that the existing project, the college can easily find it is existing one. At the time of interview, the company may be find the old project that student purchased that project. So do your project with your effort in your hand. Don't buy the project. Search guide or expert. The student can search guide. It may be a internal guide or external guide. Don't search project center. All project centers are selling the project. They are not give the guidance to do the own project. They are giving ready-made projects only. They list out the titles. The student can pick any one out of the list. Spend money to update the skill. Don't spend money to buy the project. Do new project with expert guidance. Don't believe mediator and don't buy old projects. Do internship for project in real IT companies. Don't join for internship in fake companies, which may be a project selling centers. More mediator is available to join the students in fake companies. The skill of own project may be help to get job, because if you do the student do the own project, they will get the skill. So based on the skill, they can get the right job from the right company. But don't believe 100% placement assured project centers. Knowledge is help to get the placement. Do your project in your hand with expert guidance. Don't believe the project selling centers or mediator.